I was watching TV the other day, and they were interviewing people who were over 100 years old. Imagine that, 100 years old, and these people were giving a television interview. Well, I was simply fascinated by that. I personally have met a few people who were 100 years old, but I thought it was very interesting to see these wonderful people, so full of life, talking to a television reporter. But they probably never even dreamed of such a thing could ever happen in their lifetime. And so our word for today is longevity. Our dictionary says longevity, long life, a great duration of life. Look, there's even a magazine called Longevity, and it's all about how to live longer and get the most out of life. Let's face it, we all want to live longer. Years ago, people really didn't live very long. Those were the days before Ben Casey, Dr. Kildare, and Marcus Welby. Let's look what I made today. Yep, that's gonky, and take a look. This is the box top to make gonky. I'll cover the top up later. So we can continue to talking while knitting. We've come a long way in the last 50 years to increase our lifespan. People are living longer now, while the average life expectancy today is 72 years old. As I was listening to these 100-year-old people talk on television, it was clear that they were so full of vitality because they had a true love of life. They wanted to live, and they wanted to get the most out of every minute of every day they had. They never said, well, I've had enough now, it's time to quit. These people were just so thankful to wake up every day and enjoy the time they had on earth. You could take all the medicine in the world to help you live longer, but if you don't have the will and the drive to get the most out of every day you have, and I believe you won't live very long, because in listening to these people, I learned that medicine is only one aspect of living longer. These people taught me that there are 3 basic things you have to have in order to live a long and fulfilling life. First and foremost, you have to have a positive attitude. How many times have you heard me say that? Maybe you didn't. Maybe you didn't believe me back on day 18. We talked about the power of positive thinking. But take it from people who are probably 2 or 3 times your age. Having a positive attitude is going to help you live longer. There's no denying it. So even if you don't believe me, listen to the words of some of those very wise people. Keep a positive mental attitude towards life, and you won't be around much longer. Secondly, these people were all passionately involved in something. Their intensity involved in a project or job that gave them great satisfaction and kept them busy. Whether it was reading or painting, organizing church activities, or working at the library, no matter what, they all simply loved what they were doing. One time I visited the Norman Rockwell Museum, and all the people who worked there were in their 80s and 90s, and they all loved what they were doing. They found it so exhilarating to be so involved in a part of our American culture. They had an undeniable passion for their work. So lesson number 2 is find a hobby or interest or organization and become intensely involved with it. You'll be swept away by your own enthusiasm. You won't want to give up what you're doing, and you'll have a great deal to live for. Finally, these centurions taught me that when you live a long life, you have to be prepared to cope with loss. Boy, that one really hit home with me, because I don't deal well with loss or losing the people that I love. In fact, it just shut out of my mind completely. But you and I can't do that. You have to learn that the cycle of nature is life and death. And the longer you live, the greater chance there is to see the people you love pass on. You have to be prepared to face it. And you have to recognize that this is the natural order of things. Our friends on TV won't ever really know how many people's lives they touched through that one interview. Well, there was this one lady who showed a house that was on the National Register of the Historic Houses, and she was older than a house. Hope she knows she is one of our national treasures, too. Another secret these lovely people talked about was how they ate smaller meals in smaller portions, and they all kept as physically active as they could. One lady was 105 years old, and she taught an aerobic class. 100 years may seem like a very long time. I'm input to you. But it's just try a second of on God's wristwatch. Yes, so precious. This little time on this earth, so do you me a favor. Live your life to the fullest, and live for as long as you can, as healthy as you can. Don't ever look back on your life with regrets. Look ahead with the anticipation. May you live 100 times, 100 years. A toast to all those 100 years, and to your healthy life.